And isn't it lovely to think that even during these recessionary times, there are many women who are successful and enterprising in business around the country. Maria Malarkey has met a woman who's in Athlone in County Westmeath, and last year she set up a unique jewellery business.
In 2009, Jane Walsh felt the effects of the retail downturn when her tenure as proprietor of the Bastion Gallery shop in Athlone ended. However, she then turned her misfortune into an opportunity by starting her own company, the Button Studio. From her home in Coosan, she now works full-time crafting colourful jewellery which incorporates a button theme in its design.
I've been making my jewellery in the studio here since January 2010. I haven't really had a break since then. It's been really busy, which is fantastic. And it's, as you can see, it's a lovely studio to work in. It's not a hard job, and it really hasn't. I haven't had a down period yet, which is fantastic, and I'm very lucky in that regard. And the most thing is that I love doing it. I'm back in the studio where I belong. I'm not in a shop waiting for customers to come in. So I really think that I've kind of fallen back into where I should be. I really enjoy being in business. I haven't got a degree in business. I have a degree in art, in mud and ceramics, but I learnt a lot when I had the shop, and I really like learning more and more every day. I do a lot of courses with the Enterprise Board and the Craft Council, so I'm always trying to better myself in business, but I don't know it all yet, but I do know my product, and that's helping me through.
Jane knows the value of accessorising. A pretty pendant or statement bangle can add the perfect finishing touch to any look. And she believes that her jewellery is an inexpensive way to display one's creative and fun side.
My jewellery is colour. It's funky, it's original, it's unique. And I think that jewellery kind of should evoke your character. I would wear very plain clothes, but my jewellery, you can see it before you can see me. It's got a bit of character, it's a bit cheeky, but it's colour at the end of the day, and they kind of go with everything. There's so many colours in it. There's a new fabric range as well, which is just coming out, which is patchwork fabric as well, so that's kind of doing really well as well. But it really is just a bit of fun that is enjoyable to wear. Buttons are supposed to be on shirts. They're supposed to be functional. They're supposed to be, doing a job. Seeing them as a necklace or a bangle or earrings is just a bit different. It's a bit quirky. People have a strange affection towards buttons. They're kind of an everyday object, and turning them into something that's eye-catching and different is something that is working. I think they find the affection that everyone has buttons at home, the family button tin or whatever, but it's turning it into something else, which is what I enjoy seeing and people enjoy looking at. I get my buttons from everywhere. I beg, borrow and steal. I get a lot of people giving me buttons, which is fantastic. I source them everywhere, from craft shops to car boot sales. But it really is a wide variety of places that I get them from. But they've all kind of had a history behind them before. They've all were functional before, and now they're being turned into my jewellery, unfortunately. I like the fact that I can reuse them in some way. They aren't being functional anymore, but they're having a new lease of life. And they're being used for jewellery instead of their old function, which is, I like turning old objects into something different. Making the buttons can be quite an intricate process. It takes a lot of kind of organisation of the buttons beforehand, and the process is kind of, I spend a lot of time experimenting, and I finally kind of come up with a process that I'm happy with, and I'm a kind of perfectionist, so it kind of takes a lot of time in that regard. It's quite difficult to do, but once you get the hang of it and the process is set down, it's actually good fun.
Since she launched her business in 2010, Jane sells her jewellery to over 300 shops in Ireland, France and the UK.
It's great satisfaction to see my jewellery in a shop. And because the studio is kind of a one-man band and I'm kind of locked in a studio, to get out there and see it on display and the finished product is really, really enjoyable. Since finishing my degree in ceramics, I never thought I'd be here making jewellery out of buttons. And I just hope for the future that I can keep enjoying it. I love doing what I do, and I'm very lucky to have a job that I enjoy so much. 7 days a week, but I love it, so it's not really a job to me. For the future, I hope to keep learning, keep developing new lines, enjoying the customers' feedback, enjoying seeing a person wearing my jewellery on the street, and just looking kind of forward to exciting times.
Jane is obviously a woman who's very passionate about what she does, making distinctive and totally unique jewellery. And we'd like to wish her and all of the women featured in this evening's programme the very best of luck with their businesses. And I hope that our programme, and also of course National Women's Enterprise Day, will inspire more and more women to start up their own businesses. Sin deir leis an glór, be muidir aiste fear nina, agus go dtí sin, Ió Agribh.